Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ask Julie Ryan show. I'm so delighted you could join us this week. My intention in doing this show is to provide information, insight, and comfort to people all over the world by helping to answer life's unanswerable questions. First and foremost, our love and prayers go with everybody in Florida that has been affected by Hurricane Ian. The pictures that we're seeing on the news are just heartbreaking. They are just awful. So sending you guys lots of good vibes. If you want to contribute to a fund, I know that the state has set up several funds. I posted something on my Instagram page today at Ask Julie Ryan that I think it's hashtag Hurricane Ian. And you can go there and you can donate. They're saying not to send supplies down, just to send money, because then the agencies can buy the supplies that are needed. So lots of love and prayers and good vibes going to all you guys in Florida. On another note, I have some really exciting news to share. First of all, this show is going into national syndication on the radio. I'm going to be on a bunch of radio stations all across the U.S., and I'm really excited about it because it's just another way to get the information out and let people know about deceased loved ones and what happens when somebody's dying, and that there are other ways to help heal and all the fun things that we get to talk about on this show. So the new format's going to be an hour. We're at 2 hours now with commercials. The new format's going to be an hour. We're going to bring it back to an hour. And you're still going to be able to download the show anywhere you download now, any podcast network. We're on all of them. You are also going to be able to find us still on YouTube. Everything's at Ask Julie Ryan. We're on Alexa. We're on Audible. You know, the audio books. You can just go to your Audible app on your phone and just say, play Ask Julie Ryan, and we're on there. We're on Amazon Music, we're on Apple, we're on Spotify, we're on Stitcher, we're on Google Play, we're on all of them. So you'll still be able to get it. It'll just be shorter for the podcast. And then the other really exciting thing that I decided to implement, since we're reducing the hours of the show, is I'm going to do a thing once a month called Ask Julie Ryan Live. And that's going to be a Zoom meeting. It's going to have unlimited numbers that people can come on, whoever wants to come. And it's going to be the fourth Tuesday of the month, every month. And it's going to be from 8 to 10 Eastern. No commercials, live, unplugged. It's going to be like a party. It's going to be so much fun. And the first one's going to be October 25th. So Tuesday, October 25th. Mark your calendars. We'll advertise it on all my social media channels at Ask Julie Ryan, and I'll probably send out a newsletter or something about it. So getting it put together now. But here's what I'm going to do. It's going to be commercial free. In there will be a little mini woo-woo lesson, 5 minutes or less, of something that I'm inspired to share that month. You'll have an opportunity to ask questions. It's going to be kind of like a lottery. So whoever is registered for the party, for the meeting, there's an app. Who knew? There's an app to choose random participants. So it's going to be kind of like the super lotto. You got to be on the call, and then I'm going to choose somebody off of the app. It's just going to put somebody's name out there, and then you'll be able to ask any kind of question. I will give a free session away. You know how I do that on the first Thursday of every month on this show. I'm going to add to it that on the Ask Julie Ryan Live, there will also be a free session with me valued at $200 that's going to be given away. But you got to be there in order to win it. That's the key. You got to be there to ask the question. You got to be there to win the free giveaway. And there are going to be video and audio recordings sent to all participants. The fee is going to be $25, and it is going to be so much fun, you guys. It's going to be like a slumber party on Zoom. On Friday night last week, I talked with a gal who graduated from my class, and she lost her daughter to cancer a year ago. And Friday was her daughter's birthday, her actual birthday, had she still been alive. It was my mother's birthday, too, which was interesting. And so my friend Marilyn had 20 of her daughter Lexi's best friends over for a birthday party for her. She was in heaven. And we brought Lexi in spirit, and Lexi talked to each one of the girls and had fun things to say to them. She was telling one girl who just had a baby, I was in the delivery room with you, and here's what happened. And another girl that had gotten married recently, she said, why did you choose that mermaid dress? I was holding on to your waist as you were walking down the aisle to keep you from tripping because the dress was so tight and it was hard for you to walk in it. And the girls were squealing because they knew that was true. And the party was in Chicago, and I was, of course, here in Birmingham. So that's what I want this to be like. It's going to be a really super high vibe. It's going to be like a slumber party and a lotto drawing, and it's going to be a blast. So be looking for more information on Ask Julie Ryan Live, the fourth Tuesday of every month. So at the end of the day, there's still lots of ways that you can get information from your deceased loved ones, or for health, or for past lives, or tell how close to death somebody is. You know, my buffet of psychicness. We can scan your pet. We can do whatever. Talk to your angels and your spirit guides. And those are, you can call into the radio show. You can submit questions online at AskJulieRyan.com. There's going to be the live Ask Julie Ryan Live every month. And then, of course, you can schedule a private appointment. So lots going on in my world, and just wanted to make you aware of it. So thank you for being a part of this community, and I'm trying to ramp it up and make it even more fun. Alrighty, with that, let's go to the phones. And our first caller is Angel. Let me get Angel on here. See if I can get my mouse to work. Here we go. All right. Hi, Angel.
Wow. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
I don't know. I was trying to think if I get picked, what am I going to ask first? But so, first of all, I have braces in, so excuse the lisp. But is that maybe a medical question?
Sure. Yeah.
If that's
What's
okay.
going on? Sure. Where are you? First of all, tell us where you're located.
Oh, I'm in New Jersey.
Okay. Terrific. Wow. What's going on health-wise?
So it's just a strange, I'd say this is the 12th week, and I have this, I've talked to several different integrated doctors or naturopathic doctors, but I have this dryness on the roof, at the roof of the mouth, right behind the front teeth, and I feel like it's at the tip of the tongue, but it's I feel like even after I brush my teeth, and I brush my teeth a lot, it just feels like there's something, weird. It's there's not a freshness. I feel like I have to have a piece of gum or something, which is so weird because I had braces in for like 6 months for 22 hours a day and never felt this. So, the naturopathic doctors were, suggesting like different supplements, or maybe there's some kind of reaction. And a friend told me maybe to use a vibration on the trigeminal nerve and some frankincense, and you name it, and I've tried it, and it's still there. And
okay. All right. Well, what I'm getting, Angel, what I'm getting is that the oral biome, the ecosystem in your mouth is kind of whacked. Do you use a teeth whitener? What kind of toothpaste do you use?
Well, I actually switched from a regular toothpaste months ago because I realized I've been using fluoride toothpaste. So I went to 2 different brands that are, I'm sure they have other stuff that's not great, but they're non-fluoride. So that's one change there. One is they're both from like CVS.
Are you using?
Other than that,
are you using like a mouthwash or teeth whitening gel, or a lot of people will rinse with peroxide or coconut oil or something like that to make their teeth white? I'm getting it's something that you're using in your mouth, whether it be toothpaste or teeth whitener or something like that, that's throwing off the biome of your mouth.
Yeah, the only change, the biggest change would probably be the toothpaste.
Okay.
Other than that, yeah, I can't. I mean,
Are you using any
the other
teeth
thing
whitener
is,
at all?
no,
Okay.
no, just
All right.
the toothpaste.
Have you
Yeah,
used a
I
teeth
mean,
whitener?
yeah. No, just like the toothpaste that's supposed to be without fluoride. I think it's even like the CVS brand or Hello. I was looking for something without fluoride, so just those.
Okay. Okay. Well, what I'm getting is it's a product that you're using on your teeth. So try different types of toothpaste, and I think the oral microbiome in your mouth is going to come back. That's what's going on. Stay with us, everybody. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get some more callers on. You're listening to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. And we're back. Let's go to the phones. And our next caller is Darlene. Hi, Darlene.
Hi, Julie. Excuse me. So nice to meet you, and thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome. Where are you located?
I actually am a transplant to Florida from New York City. I've been here about a year, and I'm on the East Coast, so we didn't suffer the hurricane the way they did on the West.
Good. Obviously, you have
rough.
power.
Yeah. I do have power.
Good.
Yeah, we had storms, we had wind and lots of rain, but nowhere near a hurricane level.
Mm-hmm. Good.
So,
Well, I think South Carolina looks like it's going to get smacked next when it comes back. It's out in the ocean and coming back in, so hopefully that'll be minimal going into North and South Carolina as it comes back in. It's not going to be Yeah, they're saying it may be a level 1, but it's not going to be like it was when it came into the west coast of South Florida. So, well, I'm glad you're okay, Darlene. How may I help you this evening? You got a question for me?
I sure do. I've got a bunch, but I'll ask one. I also have a medical question. Do you need water or something?
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me about your symptoms.
Okay. Well, what it is I'm dealing with autoimmunity and particularly chronic urticaria. And it was in remission for a while, and I don't know if it's stress or what has brought it back out, but it's worse than it was years ago. And I kind of don't know what to do with it. So I understand that all immunity happens in the gut, and I've been working a lot with the microbiome, my gut microbiome, because I do have some issues there as well. But it seems that nothing is really helping, and doctors just have no idea how to handle autoimmunity without just dosing you with cortisone or something. So I was wondering if you could give me any insights into what might be causing this. I'm not talking on a physical level, but perhaps spiritually or psychologically.
I don't know what that autoimmune disease is that you mentioned. I'm not familiar with that name.
Well,
can you tell us what it is?
You get these. Sure, it's called urticaria. It's usually chronic idiopathic urticaria, which means they don't know where it's coming from, idiopathic. And it's hives that happen. And I start out now, I used to get hives, now I get welts. It'll start out the size of, say, an almond or a Brazil nut, and it will spread like to 8-9 inches. And I have to take antihistamines now. Ice seems to be the only thing that quells it. And it just takes a day or two for the welts to go away, but I wake up with a new one every day now, which is a whole different symptomatology for me. And I know that moving might have stressed me, and I've just done a year's work, getting a certification in nutrition. And I also do spiritual counseling, so I'm in contact with a lot of people. So this could be coming from anywhere, and I'm just if I could understand the root of this, I could work with it.
It's all autoimmune. I was at a conference a couple of weeks ago in L.A., biohacking conference, Dave Asprey's, and Dr. Stephen Gundry, who's really world-renowned from the stage, said all autoimmune diseases are caused by the gut, caused by a leaky gut. 100%.
Exactly. And I'm familiar with both of those pundits. I know them both.
Yeah. So the gut Biome Test.
With the gut. I've been Well, what I did was I've given up gluten. I've given up a lot of things, and to no avail.
Right. What I am doing is I have you on my radar, Darlene, which means I'm like a human X-ray. I've connected to you while you were talking. And what I'm seeing is I'm seeing a lot of yeast overgrowth and leaky gut. So I'm working on healing that right now. I'm removing the yeast. I'm stitching up the leaky gut. What I recommend is you email me, julie@askjulieryan.com. I'm going to send you a link to a gut biome test that's going to tell you based on what the ecosystem is in your gut. Here are your superfoods. Here are the foods for you to avoid. Here's everything else. Eat this a lot. Incorporate this into your diet. Avoid this, that kind of thing. It's very different from most tests that are done because it tests the RNA of the critters in your gut. And most tests that are out there are trying to figure out what's live in there. And a lot of the critters are dead by the time they hit oxygen. So when they get to the lab to be tested, they're really not very helpful. So I would recommend that. This is gut related. So it's good that you're working on your gut. Anybody listening that wants the gut biome test, just email me, julie@askjulieryan.com, and I will send you the link to that gut biome test. And that would be my biggest suggestion.
Is this through Biome or is it another company?
Yeah. It's a little bit of a discount.
Test and
yeah. You've done it already?
I did Biome. Yes,
how long ago?
And
how long ago?
3 or 4 months.
Okay.
And I did change several things, but I'm not seeing the result. I'm doing now glutamine and probiotic and prebiotic and a lot of other things. And I have no yeast issue that I can tell, but who knows what's going on internally. But the gut, I know, it's problematic for me. It's very sensitive.
Yeah, it's problematic. And I'm seeing yeast, Darlene. So you want to get on some nystatin, which is an antifungal that kills yeast on contact. It stays in the GI tract, and it doesn't have any known side effects. And that's really going to help you heal. Just trying to control it with diet usually doesn't work. It's some kind of an antifungal is warranted. And that would be my suggestion, to give that a try too. Get somebody to write you a prescription for
what
nystatin.
Was it called?
It's called nystatin. NYSTATIN. And it's what they give babies for thrush. So it's been off market, or it's been off patent for decades. It's so cheap that when I get it, I don't even pay for it because my insurance pays for it. I don't even have a copay. So you want to get on some antifungal.
I'll try it.
Yeah, that'll help a lot.
All right, I will do
and
that.
Consider scheduling an appointment with me, and then we'll have an hour to do a deep dive, Darlene, and we can do the emotional stuff, and we can really do a deep dive and reverse engineer your symptoms and see what's going on. But you already know this is coming from your gut.
Will.
I think tweak it a little bit, and we'll be able to figure out the other things. And you're right, there's always an emotional component to every kind of illness or disease or medical condition, 100% of the time. And I go through that, and we figure out what that is when I get you all to myself for an hour. So I'll look forward to talking to you then.
I will definitely connect with you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You bet. Alrighty, everybody, we're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we'll see who's next and see what their questions are and see what Spirit has to say. So stay with us. You're listening to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. Welcome back. We've got Michelle on the line. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Julie. How are you?
I'm terrific.
Michelle,
how are you doing?
Florida.
Where are you in Florida?
Good, thank you. I'm on the East Coast in Fort Lauderdale. So I have friends on the West Coast that I haven't heard, so I'm praying that they're okay.
Oh, geez. Wow. Did you lose power?
Yeah. Luckily we didn't because we're too far away. But we had the winds and the bands and, but nothing. This is almost a Category 5. I used to live on the West Coast, so I know what hurricanes are like over there. Very, very serious.
Oh, gosh.
But I just thank you for your prayers. I'll try to make it quick because I know you have a lot of callers.
Michelle, are you on speaker? Can you get me off speaker? I'm hearing feedback.
On speaker. Am I? No, I'm in my ears.
Okay.
Let me try to go outside. Is that better? Can you hear me clearer?
It is a little bit. Yeah,
hello,
thanks.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
No,
Okay.
I have you in my ears. So very quickly, a few months ago, I called in and I told you I was doing my tutoring business, and I asked you what you thought. You should go for it. It's a good idea. I decided to take a coaching class to see how they could help me to further, so I could do group coaching. I'm having a hard time getting students for French, and I was wondering maybe my guide can guide me in the right direction. I'm used to teaching young kids. I'm used to teaching French and ESOL, English as a second other language. But for some reason, I'm just not able to get clients for the French. And I was wondering if you could maybe see what I should be teaching.
Okay. So are you fluent in other languages besides French? Are you fluent in Spanish or other languages?
I can do Spanish and Italian, but I'd rather do the French. I'm licensed in French. It would only be beginner Spanish and Italian, whereas French I could go further than the beginner. So I don't feel comfortable enough. I guess my question is, am I supposed to be doing French, teaching adults, teaching children, what levels?
Two things came in. When you said, am I supposed to be teaching French? I got a no. But then teaching children, no. I get adults. And I got English as a second language.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what I said to them in the beginning.
Yeah. English as a second language. So people who are French coming in that want to learn English or enhance their English, because a lot of Europeans learn English in school and their English is pretty good. So that's what I'm
do you
getting.
See me having a future doing this, or should I just get out of it? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Should I stay more and learn and try to make my business work, or should I really just call it a wash and say bye-bye?
Well, have you looked into contracting with the school systems and even community colleges and universities in your area, Michelle? I'm getting that's going to be the best way for you to get clients. Either do a deal with the school or do a deal so that they can recommend you as a tutor for people that are taking French. What percentage of people take French in school anymore? I don't even know. Have you done that?
Well, in the United States, it's pretty hard. Yeah, I actually did. I studied from 7th grade on. It's harder in the United States. It's easier. Do you see me working in Canada at all?
No. No, I see you stand in Florida, but I'm getting
English.
Spanish. I'm getting Spanish and Portuguese.
Yeah.
But Spanish is the big thing.
Oh, see?
Yeah,
I know.
Spanish.
I would feel weird teaching Spanish when people speak it so well, and I'm an American, a gringa, speaking it, so that wouldn't be my
but
thing.
I think it's do the reverse. So you know the Spanish and you can help teach them English. That's the key.
English. That's exactly where I was going with it. That's it. Bingo. That's what my gut told me to do that. And I listened to this school and they said, no, go with French. And I said, people don't want French in America.
No, it's
I just
Spanish.
wanted to confirm that. All right.
But the other thing I'm getting, Michelle, is to contact the schools, contact the government, like your local government, your city, even the state, because there are tutoring programs to help people learn English. I would talk to the immigration
they just
office.
Don't pay. That's what it is. They don't pay.
Well, but it's a way for you to do that and get clients. So maybe you meet somebody and then they want to stay with you or they recommend you, and that it's just a way to market yourself. But I'm getting do the reverse. Don't be teaching them Spanish. Be teaching the people who are speaking Spanish English.
Right, English.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, Julie.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you for your prayers. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let's go to Debbie next. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Julie.
How are you, girl?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm terrific. Thanks. Please tell all of us where you're located.
I'm located in Richmond, Virginia.
Okay. Terrific. Well, you got a question for me?
I do. I have a question actually about my daughter, my youngest daughter, and you need her name?
Yes, please.
Okay, her name is Colleen.
Okay.
And
what's going on with Colleen?
She's always had a lot of health issues, but she's like really struggling now. And I'm just wondering, is it her adrenals? Is it her thyroid? Is it her PCOS? Like what, how can I help her?
What are her symptoms?
Or how can she help herself? Well, she's gained a tremendous amount of weight. She's got, her hair. I actually don't know because she's not really sharing a lot with me. I just know she's really struggling right now, and she's not. I don't think she's getting the help that she needs.
Mm-hmm. How old is she, Debbie?
She's 25.
She's 25. Okay, so she's out on her own, or she's still in school, or what's the story there?
No, she's out of grad school. She's working, but she's like working out of the house too, which is also not a. I don't think it's a great mental health situation for her.
Mm-hmm. So. Okay. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect from you to her. So I'm going to connect to you first, and then I'm going to ask Colleen's permission if I can scan her. If she says no, all is not lost because we can talk to her spirit and get some information from it. So here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading up to you in Richmond. And then it's going to your left. Where does Colleen live? To your left. It's where my laser beam's going.
She lives up near. She lives up near D.C. in Arlington, Virginia.
All right. So I've got her. So Colleen, I'm talking to your mom. Is it okay if I scan you energetically? She says, I think not. Those are her exact words. I think not.
Oh.
So maybe talk to her about it, and we can try it another time. But let's talk to her spirit. And the reason why I always ask permission is because I think it's unethical for me to scan somebody without their permission, number one. And number two, I don't have a problem speaking to their spirit because when I'm talking to somebody's spirit, it's going to tell us what it wants us to know. It's not like we're looking at a chest x-ray without our permission, and it's a HIPAA violation. Mm-hmm. So Colleen, what's with you feeling so bad? She's got endocrine disruption issues, PCOS. So her gut's out of whack. It's always a gut thing when that happens. PCOS is too much sugar and refined foods. Does she crave sugar, do you know, or refined things?
Well, she has a baking blog, but she does this gluten-free baking. I think she thinks she's doing this healthy thing, like, only using maple syrup or whatever. But it's like she's got a baking blog, so she's constantly, doing a gluten-free baking thing. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's the sweet too, and it's being absorbed like sugar, and that's the number one cause of PCOS. So there's a book called The Glucose Revolution. You may want to get a hold of it for her, and it's in audiobook too, if that's easier for her. It's called The Glucose Revolution, and she talks the author is a scientist, and she talks in the book about how to help slow down the blood sugar rush that we get from eating certain foods. And the big takeaway from her book, and I've started doing this, and it's really interesting how much better I feel, is she says, eat your vegetables because the fiber in the vegetables puts kind of like a netting on the GI tract, and then eat your protein and fat next, and then that coats the fiber, the netting. It's kind of like a coating. The fiber's a scaffolding, and then the protein and the fat add more to that, and then eat anything that's refined. So even if it's fruit, anything that's going to cause a blood sugar increase, and it's going to keep your blood sugar levels more stable. And I didn't know this until I read her book, that every time we release insulin, it's not only inflammatory, but it also makes us store fat. So that's a really good incentive for us not to, be spiking our blood sugar. Plus, you feel terrible when it plummets, and it makes us crave more.
Right.
So I would get her the Glucose Revolution book and then see what's going on. Also, you can follow this gal. You can recommend that Colleen follow her on Instagram, and she's called the Glucose Goddess. Glucose Goddess. Have her follow me, Ask Julie Ryan, and have her follow the Glucose Goddess. So I hope that helps. That's what's going on.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling. Okay, take care. Stay with us, everybody. We're going to take another quick break, and when we come back, we're going to get Kimberly on. So you're listening to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. We'll be right back. And we're back with Kim. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Julie. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome. Please tell everyone where you're located.
I'm calling from South Bend, Indiana.
Oh,
and
terrific.
I just want to say congratulations on your new national syndication. I'm so excited. And I love the story about the Zoom and the story about the mom and with the wedding dress. So I can't wait. Congratulations.
Oh, it's going to be a blast. It's going to be like a slumber party on Zoom every month. It will. Oh, it will be so much fun.
I love it.
Yeah. And it's a slumber party where guys are allowed.
And
we're going to allow guys to come to the slumber party too.
I love that you're still going forward with that, even though the pandemic is subsiding. I think it's fantastic that it'll be fun to connect. So I'm a fan of yours. I've listened to the show, and it piqued my interest in the subject matter of soulmates. And so I was wondering, by chance, if there's something perhaps my guardian angel or my grandmother has any insight to say, what should I do? Because I feel like I'm ready to meet someone that's really good for me, through and through, good times or bad times. So.
Okay. So your guardian angel is always with you, but your grandmother's chiming in here. She says you got to take action. She says he's not going to come ring your doorbell. You got to do something to get yourself out there to meet him. So, do you go to a church? Do you have a church or some?
Yeah. I do. I go to a place called Little Flower.
That sounds Catholic.
I do, but I'm very to myself. I don't really get out too much.
All right. So your grandmother wants you to get involved at church. Little Flower sounds Catholic to me. Is it a Catholic church?
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
St. Therese, Little Flower.
St. Therese, there you go. So what I'm getting from your grandmother is get involved at church. Get involved with the philanthropic things there. Just get to meet people. She's saying there are going to be people there who are going to know guys. Maybe it's somebody's grandmother. Maybe it's some guy's grandmother, or it's their mother, or it's their sister, or great aunt or somebody, and they'll say, oh, you need to talk to Kim. I need to introduce you to Kim. That's a really good way to meet people. So she's saying to get involved at church because it's a really good way for you to meet people, to network, get the information out there, let people get to know how fabulous you are, and help people at the same time. So that's going to make you feel good. She's saying that they have a lunch program. Do they have a lunch program for underprivileged children where they pack lunches or something?
I can find out. My contact is going through some cancer treatments, and I've tried to make a connection. And ironically, this person that was going to connect me with someone so I wouldn't meet texted me their wrong number. So I just thought, well, it wasn't meant to be. So I'll find out. It sounds like a great program, and I do genuinely want to be involved. So it just touches my heart that my grandmother is saying this and knows that I go there and knows that I genuinely would love to meet someone through that venue that's like-minded and has a good heart. So
she's saying Kim to call the parish office. She says call the parish office.
Okay.
And ask them, tell them you want to get involved, and ask what their what they recommend. She said the other thing is, you know how they have bulletins each week with newsletters and, you know, what's going on and stuff like that. She says you can learn a lot of stuff from the bulletin. So pick up a bulletin and bring it home. But she said, she's saying tomorrow call the church office. But she's saying call them in the morning because they usually leave early on Fridays. I don't know, but you may find that out.
I'm going to, Julie.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's my grandma. Just tell her I love her so much, and I hope she's with her dogs and my grandpa. And this call I will definitely donate. This call meant the world to me. So thank you so much. I'll follow up with you via email and let you know what they say, and hopefully that timeline of me meeting someone or good people is sooner. But I am in philanthropic endeavors already, and it just warms my heart to get a thank you note.
Right. Yeah. Well,
the fact that my grandma's watching over me.
She's all about lunch. She's saying that there are lunch things for kids that they're doing. She's saying that they volunteer at a soup kitchen kind of a thing where they serve lunch maybe once a month. And people from the parish go, and you can meet people that way. She's saying what it's going to do is it's just going to enhance your, all the people that you know, and somebody is going to know somebody who's going to know somebody, and it's a good way to do it. The other thing is, Kim, you can talk to your grandmother or anybody you want anytime you want. You just think of her or whomever, who you want to talk to, Moses or Aristotle or Napoleon or George Washington or Mother Teresa, it doesn't matter. And you just think of them, and that connects your satellite dish head with their frequency. Every spirit has a frequency from all their lifetimes. And all you do is just think of them. That connects your satellite dish head to their frequency, kind of like their radio station. And then you say something to them, either aloud or in your head, and she's going to answer you, and it's going to feel like it's a thought in your head, Kim, and you're going to think, oh, I'm just imagining that. Well, how you know that's your grandmother is it comes in instantly, as fast as you can snap your fingers. And sometimes it comes in before you've even thought out the question or the comment all the way. And so the more you do this, the more you'll get used to it. And the more validation you get, then the more you trust it. The more you trust it, then it just becomes second nature. Look at my Angels and Enlightenment training, because that will teach you how to do that. And there are practice groups that are a blast. And that really ramps up your skills.
Yeah.
Yeah. So check that out. Just askjulieryan.com, and you'll see the training on there. So, yeah, let us know what happens, and I'll tell everybody on the show.
I will, and prayers to Florida, and thank you so much, Julie.
You are most welcome. Thanks for calling. Bye, Kim.
Bye.
This whole thing of communicating with spirit, people often will say to me, well, who's around me? And I say, well, there are thousands of spirits around us at all times. Angels, deceased loved ones, deceased relatives that we never knew from many lifetimes ago, acquaintances, colleagues. And so in order to get in touch with anybody, you hear me talk about our heads, our big satellite dishes. All you have to do is think of somebody, and it doesn't matter whether you knew them or not. Just thinking of them connects you with their channel, like their radio channel, their frequency, and then you can talk to them. So check out my Angels and Enlightenment training, and you'll learn really fast how to do it. Stay with us, everybody. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get more callers on. You're listening to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. Welcome back, everybody. We do this show every Thursday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and 5 Pacific. The call-in number is 667-770-1476, and the access code is 483-620-pound. This information is available on my website, AskJulieRyan.com, and in the show notes, anywhere you download podcasts. So we tape the show live. You can call in and ask a question. We tape the show live. And so I think in the business they call it live to tape. And then that's what you're listening to on the podcast. You can also download this show anywhere you get your podcasts. We're on YouTube, Alexa, we're on Audible, we're on Amazon Music, we're on all kinds of places. So please subscribe and leave a review at ratethispodcast.com/Julie, ratethispodcast.com/Julie. And then you'll be entered into a drawing and you'll have the chance to win a free session with me valued at $200. I choose a winner the first Thursday of every month. And so next week will be the first Thursday. So be sure and leave a review anywhere you listen to podcasts or on YouTube or at ratethispodcast.com/Julie. Call-in details can also be found on Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook, all over. Everything's at Ask Julie Ryan. So be sure and follow me on Facebook and Instagram especially. And what we'll do is we'll post the call-in numbers the day of the show as a reminder. Also, you can subscribe to my newsletter, which is a question somebody has submitted online, and then I answer it. And I send those out on Wednesday nights with a reminder to call in for the show. And so I'm trying to make it easy on you guys with this number so that you can call in and ask your questions. You can also schedule an appointment with me at AskJulieRyan.com. And I'm booked out a few months, but just get on my calendar. And then what's going to happen is check the reschedule button on your confirmation email periodically. And that will show you earlier dates and times that come up. Somebody rescheduled for tomorrow, and some new client went online and got an appointment for tomorrow. I was noticing that before I came on air. So everything you need to know is at AskJulieRyan.com. And this new Ask Julie Ryan Live that's going to be on October 25th, you're going to be able to sign up for that at AskJulieRyan.com/live. We're setting that up now. So give me a week and then it'll be up there and we'll post a bunch of stuff online. So you'll be able to see that too. Okay. Also the training. Angelic Attendant Training, Angels and Enlightenment Training, that's the online one. The live one, Angelic Attendant Training, I start my fall class on Saturday in 2 days. So I'm really excited about that. It's always really fun. January's full. I've got some openings for April of next year. Go ahead and get registered because they fill up fast. So there's that. Okay. This week, our question comes from Kim, and Kim lives in St. Mary's Bay, New Zealand. And she says, "Hi, Julie. I've just met someone and he feels very right, in quotes, for me, but I have been very naive in the past and misjudged men." So our last caller, Kim, this is for you too. How about this? She says, "Is he the one?" In quotes again. "Thank you for guiding me, Kim." And here's my response. "Hi, Kim. I'm delighted to hear you're enjoying your new man. Is he Mr. Right? Well, he seems to be at the moment, and the moment is all we have. The best way to know you're being led in a positive direction is to pay attention to how you feel. If you enjoy this man's company and you want to spend more time with him, he's your guy. No second guessing is needed. If, however, there ever comes a time when you don't relish being around him, it's time to investigate your fear. If it's a fear that he can physically harm you, immediately cut off the relationship. If it's a fear that is something that is unfounded, then talk to him about it and figure it out. But otherwise, if you're just feeling unsure, the fear is you're just feeling unsure because of what happened with past loves, that'll be a false fear, and you're going to want to proceed with your connection with Mr. Right. The most important thing to remember is our thoughts create our reality. So go for it and have fun. So Kim, if you're still listening, I see she's still on my dashboard. If you're still listening, girl, that was for you too. That was probably from your grandmother. No coincidences in life. Don't you love how synchronicity works? And we all have those things happen to us and we think, oh, that's just a coincidence. That's not real. Well, it is real. And it's spirit talking to you, and it's us being led and being guided. So good luck with that. Good luck with Mr. Right. All righty, let's go back to the phones. And our next caller is Jackie. Hi, Jackie.
Oh, hey,
hi, Jackie.
hi.
How you doing?
How are you? I'm
terrific.
good. How are you?
I'm terrific. How are you doing?
Well,
where are you?
Okay.
Where are you?
Melbourne Beach, Florida.
Oh gosh, where is that?
Melbourne Beach is East Coast.
Okay, good. What's it near?
Yeah. Melbourne is south of Cocoa Beach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cocoa Beach. I dream of Jeannie. Da 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 da.
You got it.
Da. Yeah. I'm dating
Where all
myself.
those rockets take off. Yes.
That's right. Yeah, that's Cape Kennedy, right? Cape Canaveral. So what do they call it now?
You got it. Yeah, all the above.
Oh, good. Well, good. You got a question for me?
Yeah, everybody thinks. Well, yes. I've been having a lot of anxiety, and I usually call and we talk about my mom and her dementia, but I think tonight it needs to be a question about myself, anxiety. So can we look into that?
Yeah. What are you feeling anxious about?
Well, it doesn't seem to matter really what, but I'm getting ready to take off. I've been traveling for the last 4 years, but of course COVID, stalled things. So it's I'm really just ramping back up to do it. I leave for Germany on Sunday and in parts beyond, but yeah, I'm a traveler, so I don't have a home now. I just travel. And things, have been stalled, so I'm starting again, and, the stock market the way it's been, and blah, 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 and I'm older, and there's just those things I seem to be able to keep myself at bay, but the anxiety just seems to be a yank that I can't get at.
Okay. All right. So you're traveling for pleasure, is that what I'm assuming?
Yes, correct. Yes.
Assuming correctly. So if you don't have a home, where do you stay when you're back in America? Do you just stay on people's couches?
I have no. I have a little studio that I rent from a friend. Yeah, that I.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I have security. Yes.
Sounds fun. Okay. So.
Yes, it is fun. Yes, it will be fun again to get started again. It's just
How long will you be in Germany?
Well, we're going to I'm going to the Maldives. We had postponed the trip because of COVID, so we're doing the Maldives, and then I'm going back to France with my friend that had moved over there, and in other parts. I go and stay places like 1 to 3 months. I'm a traveler, I'm not a tourist. I go and put myself into a culture. So,
wow, you sound like you should be writing tour books on this or have a tour show or something. All right.
Well,
so
if I can get started again without being so nervous, I will.
Okay. So nervousness is fear. Anything that feels bad is based in fear. All thoughts come in from the ethers. What I was talking about earlier, our heads are big satellite dishes. What I was talking with Kim, our last caller, our heads are big satellite dishes. They receive and transmit frequencies. Every spirit has a frequency that it keeps throughout all of its life. Every thought has its own frequency as well. And thoughts are broadcast on something similar to a radio station. So when we have a thought that feels badly, it'll lead to another thought and another thought and another thought. And before long, we feel like crap because we're in this black hole of all these thoughts that we've been thinking. And each one makes us feel worse. What we want to do is we want to change the channel to another thought. So all thoughts that feel neutral or good are true. They're based in love. That means you're in alignment with your spirit. When you have a thought that feels badly, then it's based in fear. The key is this a real fear or a fake fear? Here's how you find out. Give me a thought. You're worried about what? What's giving you cause for pause with your trip?
my memory's not what it used to be. So getting on trains, foreign language, foreign countries, missing a connection, not finding where I need to be.
Okay. All right. So if you miss a connection for a train, this is a yes or no answer. If you miss a connection for a train, is that going to kill you in the next 2 minutes? I call this the 2-minute rule. Is it yes or no? If you miss a train, is that going to kill you in the next 2 minutes? Yes or no?
No.
What's the answer? No. Right. So that's a false fear. It's an irrational fear based on a limiting belief, both of which are false. Now, if the question is, if I fall onto the train track and the train runs me over, is that going to kill me in the next 2 minutes? The answer is yes. So you want to stay off the train track. So the 2-minute rule, that's how it works. Just ask yourself, is this going to kill me in the next 2 minutes? You get a yes, change the conditions. You get a no, it's a fake fear. Move on. It lessens the fear. It changes the channel. Report back. Send us pictures. I'll post them online. I hope you have a wonderful trip.
Oh, you're sweet.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Take
Jackie.
care.
Bye-bye. Stay with us, everybody. We're going to take another break. We'll be right back. And we're back. And we've got Robert on the line. Hi, Robert.
How you doing, Julie? So nice to talk to you.
You too. Please tell everybody where you're located.
Just south of Seattle in Tacoma.
All right. How are things out there?
Tacoma, Washington.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
How are things out there?
Oh, just fine. Just fine. We don't have hurricanes, but anyway, doing good.
Wonderful.
I'm calling about my dog again.
Okay. What's going on with your dog?
I talked to you once, and it was about his swollen heart, and his trachea kind of gets clogged every once in a while because of the swollen heart. And it's been doing okay. He might have a few bad days here and there if he exerts himself. Mm-hmm. I just wanted if you could just check him out and see if he's in pain or if there's anything we can do or something like that.
Sure. Robert, what's your dog's name and what kind of dog is he and how old is he?
A Yorkshire Terrier, and he'll be 10 in November.
Okay. And what's his name?
Yeah. He's 7 pounds, and it's Annabelle.
The dog's name's Annabelle?
Annabelle.
Okay. I thought you said it was a boy dog. It's a girl dog with a name like that, right?
A girl dog, Annabelle, yeah.
Girl dog, okay.
She belonged to our daughter-in-law's mother.
Oh,
but
okay.
She passed. If she passed, then we got her.
Yeah.
And we just love her.
I bet. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to you and from you to Annabelle and see what's going on with Annabelle. So here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading to you out in Washington. All right, got you going to Annabelle. All right, what's going on? Yeah, her, okay. So her trachea looks swollen. It looks puffy inside, Robert. So what I'm doing is I'm watching this liquid get added. It looks like IV fluid, but what it's doing is it's an anti-inflammatory liquid. So anti-inflammatory energy is being applied too. Inflammation looks like red fog on body parts, and hers just looks like it's swollen. It looks like the opening in her throat and her trachea is smaller, kind of like if you have a hose where the diameter is smaller. Does that make sense? That's what I'm seeing.
Yes, it does.
So I'm watching this fluid get put in, and what it's doing is it's soaking into the sides of her throat, of her trachea, and then what it's doing is it's shrinking those tissues down. Why is her trachea swollen? Did she have an injury at some point? I'm getting that she choked on some kind of a bone or something. Was that before you guys got her?
No, don't know that she's had any kind of that experience. No.
Okay. That's what I'm seeing. And I think a lot of it is scar tissue that's underneath there. So that liquid that was applied, this is a healing, energetic healing that's happening to Annabelle. The liquid that was applied, not only did it shrink it down, but it made it soft so that I could scrape it off. Almost like, what can I use as a comparison?
Oh, really?
Have you ever cooked maybe a roast in a crock pot and it's got some fat on the top of it, and then when it's cooked, when you take it out and it's warm, you can take a knife and you can just kind of scrape the layer of fat off of it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That's what I'm seeing happen in her trachea. So I'm watching it get scraped off of either side of her throat, and I saw her just take a deep breath, like she was able to breathe all the way, because that opening is bigger now. All right, let me look at her heart and see what's going on with her heart. I know Yorkies live a long time. They have a long life as a species, don't they? More than big dogs.
The heart is just. I was told the heart is okay. It's just swollen bigger than it usually is, but why, I don't know.
I think because it's been harder for her to breathe. Does she wheeze at times, Robert?
Yes, she does.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
Especially when she exerts herself.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting, and that's why her heart's enlarged, because it's harder for her to breathe. So by that healing being done on her, basically her windpipe, it's going to make it easier for her to breathe. And then what I'm watching is I'm watching the heart shrink back down to a normal size. She's still very peppy, though, isn't she? She's darling.
Oh, she wants to be.
She wants to be peppy because,
yeah.
But when she and
everything, and then she starts choking up again.
Yeah, and starts wheezing. That's what I'm seeing. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So I think her heart looks fine. I think her heart is just because she has trouble breathing at times.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
And
yeah. Anything else you wanted to say?
Is she in any pain?
I get a no. She's saying no, she's not. She's gonna be around for a while. I don't think she's going anywhere anytime soon. She's gonna.
I don't either.
Yeah, she's gonna be around. She's telling me that she's gonna live at least to be 14. That's too advanced math. What's 14 times 7? 28, 7, 8, 9. Is that right? 14 times 7?
She says she's going to stay around till about 14.
Yeah, till she's going to be about 14.
Okay. That's fine with us.
Yeah, so she would like more treats. Do you feed her soft food?
Yes.
She likes it. She said keep it coming.
Oh.
She likes it. Okay. Thanks for calling. I hope she feels better. All righty. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Stay with us, everybody. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to get Nancy on the phone, see what Miss Nancy has to say. You're listening to the Ask Julie Ryan Show, and we'll be right back. Well, that's our last caller for the evening. So remember, Ask Julie Ryan Live, October 25th is going to be the first one. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be like a online Zoom slumber party, and I'll be giving away free stuff, free sessions, and maybe a free class. You never know. I'll come up with some other things. So you'll be able to find out about that at AskJulieRyan.com/live. Sign up for the Angels and Enlightening training. That's my online training on how to talk with deceased loved ones and any spirit that's attached to a body or not. And that's Angels and Enlightenment training. And then my Angelic Attendant training is my big training. And I teach that quarterly, and that's live. And what else? Schedule an appointment with me. Sign up for my newsletter. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook and the other social media, blah, blah, blah. Easy for me to say, social media channels. And with that, everybody, stay safe in Florida. We're sending you lots of love and sending you even more love from Sweet Home, Alabama. Mwah. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to follow Julie on Instagram and YouTube at Ask Julie Ryan, and like her on Facebook at Ask Julie Ryan. To schedule an appointment or submit a question, please visit AskJulieRyan.com.
This show is for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be medical, psychological, financial, or legal advice. Please contact a licensed professional. The Ask Julie Ryan Show, Julie Ryan and all parties involved in producing, recording, and distributing it assume no responsibility for listeners' actions based on any information heard on this or any Ask Julie Ryan shows or podcasts.